What's up? What's happening, babes? It's your girl AB, aka Miss Harmony Braxton. If you're nasty, honey. Okay, so listen, let's get into part four of what I wish I knew before I started my transition. Because, honey, sugar plum dumpling, baby, honey, poop, goodbye. I wish somebody would have told me this, and honestly, I wish I knew because what in the world is going on here? But let's get right into it. I wish I knew that it's going to be difficult to obtain employment, a job, a career, and opportunities um, as a trans woman. And I will only say, really, it's like the beginning of your transition, like when you're like still figuring out your look, you're still, trying to get on hormones, trying to wait for the hormones to start working, X, Y, and Z. So it's going to be kind of difficult, and a lot of places and employers are going to slam the door in your face. They're not going to hire you. They're not going to call you back. They're not going to give you a chance. And it's going to be difficult, so you got to keep looking. I did notice that I've probably been on about 10 interviews, 10, job interviews, and literally did not hear anything back, didn't get the job. They told me that they went with other people. I didn't fit the requirements. When I did fit the requirements, I actually probably met the requirements 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times plus, So it was just very difficult. It's difficult finding employment. I'm not saying that it's impossible. No. You're going to have to just be yourself and go after the employment and the jobs and still apply, still go to the interview, still be yourself, and just make sure that, you show up for your success. But I did notice that I'm very much so, and it's crazy because I was actually applying for jobs that literally are like below my caliber for real. Like I'm beyond it. And I still couldn't get them because I'm trans and I started my transition and stuff like that. So it was very difficult. But now I have found employment. I did find some employment when I started my transition 3 months ago. But I probably had to go up through about 7 or 8 different places until I finally got the job. And then once I did get that job, it was at a place called Punch Bowl Social. And I was a host and an activities assistant, went up to being a team leader, whatever the case may be. But I just noticed that it was, everything I said, everything I mentioned, whatever I did was, used against me in a bad manner. People there was like spreading lies and, just trying to get me fired, trying to get me out of there. Even like management, was some managers that wouldn't speak to me, wouldn't help me, wouldn't allow me to be great, wouldn't even let me, help me clock in if I needed help, get food. They didn't help me. So it was difficult, transphobic workers, the employees not making you feel like you work there, you're like a sore thumb sticking out. And I just felt like it was like a caliber, like this high standard that they were holding me to because I was trans. So, it was like, they wanted me to be super feminine. They wanted me to make sure my voice, wasn't, manly, that my voice was more feminine. And this is just my natural voice. This is how I speak. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. And I was starting my transition. So, it was just very much so craziness, I, look more feminine now. I look more, beautiful now. But at the beginning, it was very difficult, and I felt like I was changing. I was going through so much, and I felt like every day I was somebody else, so it was just difficult. But I felt like they wanted me to, wear makeup, wanted me to wear lashes, wanted me to be so beautiful, wanted me to be in gowns, just wanted me to be over the top, just doing the most. And then it's like when I didn't show up that way, or I just show up like everybody else, down, like, just like this. Oh, it was issues. It was certain things. Why are you not dressed up today? Why are you not this? Blah, blah, blah. And it was like everything that I did or say was used against me to like fire me. I got pretty much fired, quote unquote, like 2 times. and then it was just like one little thing, something, family emergency happened, and I didn't call them that day or send them an email until like later that day. And it's so crazy because it was a family emergency, and then also my house was flooding, and my phone happened to be on the floor charging, and it messed up, so I didn't even have a phone. I lived by myself, but until when the family member came and got me for the family emergency, I wasn't even thinking about it. You know what I'm saying? I was thinking about family emergency. So first little thing, first little thing, boom, I got kicked out of there. They fired me. But it's difficult. I always, called in when I couldn't make it, when I called out. Sent them the emails, just done everything, picked up shift, went up beyond and beyond, helped other people in different departments. So I just did everything that I, normally would do and be a good employee. And it was like everything I did that, if I get some water, it's a problem. Just too much going on. But yeah, from my experience and from what I'm told and what I see, when it comes to the trans girls, they want you to be over feminine. They want you to, your voice to be, feminine. They don't want you to have no type of voice that be like, wait a minute, huh? They want you to be straight feminine. They want you to have your boobies done, your body done, and they just want you to be like, woman, 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 lady, 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 feminine, feminine, feminine. And it's like, kind of crazy because one, everybody is not going to be overly feminine or pretty. Everybody's not going to have the money to get their body done and get surgery. Everybody is not going to be on hormones, and hormones only do but so much for trans girls and trans men. So it's like kind of difficult, so I'm actually very much so happy that, October 31st, I get my boobies done. Yes, your girl's getting her boobs done, so I'm excited for that. I have my BBL scheduled for February of next year. I'm on hormones going into 4 months. I'll be on hormones for 4 months in November. Well, actually, like the end of this month, I get my 4th bottle of HRT. So yeah, I noticed that's how they want you to be, and it's like say if you can't afford hormones or you can't get surgery, you can't get your boobs done, your voice would never, get higher than what it is right now. What are you going to do? Like, why they're holding that against you? So I noticed that, so I just kind of felt like I was just putting myself into this place of like a 150, 200 gear. And, by the end of my shift, by the time I get home and, trying to rest for the next day or my next shift, I'm wore out, I'm exhausted because I'm trying to be somebody I'm really not. And I'm just trying to be like perfect, knowing I'm not perfect. So it was like kind of difficult, but I kind of just, still did it, kind of still worked with it, just kind of pushed it off and hushed it up. But honestly, the fact still remains. And honestly, I noticed that the jobs now I'm becoming more into who I am and my womanhood. I'm about to say womanhood like baby, hold on, I'm not no mother and I cannot have no child. But I'm just happy that I'm becoming on HRT, seeing results, seeing the changes, getting my boobies done and getting my surgeries done, and just doing all the training and vocal stuff and everything like that to become more who I'm supposed to be. And so I can just live more of a passable life. So yeah, I think I'm probably going to end up doing like 2 or 3 more parts of this because I really want to get into detail and I really want to talk about this and tell my experience. So yeah, go to part 5 and then 6. Okay, I'll see you over there, sweetie. Bye.